Melania Trump came out and said she's about as pro-choice as they come. And here was the reaction on The View.
Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She destroyed the Rose Garden. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him. I think she hates him. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
For years, The View's hosts have run their mouths with zero consequences, slandering whoever they please. But this time, they picked the wrong target. Sunny Hostin thought she could throw wild accusations at Melania Trump, calling her a fraud, a foreign agent, and even hinting at money laundering. But she forgot one crucial thing. Melania doesn't play games. She's just lost everything: her credibility, her career, and most shockingly, her law license. Yes, you heard that right. The so-called legal expert of The View has been stripped of her ability to practice law after a reckless, slanderous tirade on live television. And the fallout? It's sending The View into a full-blown crisis. So, how did we get here? And could this be the moment that finally brings down the entire show? Let's break it all down. It started like any other day on The View. A roundtable of self-righteous monologues, smug head nodding, and the usual anti-Trump hysteria. But this time, something was different. The energy in the studio was electric, but not in a good way. It was pure desperation. The panel, already struggling to process Trump's unprecedented return to the White House, was grasping at straws to find new ways to attack him and his family.
Listen, take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Yes.
He knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
he rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just.
But can I mention one thing?
Joy Behar, as always, led the charge, mocking Trump's latest policy decisions with her signature brand of brainless sarcasm. Whoopi Goldberg chimed in, rolling her eyes so hard it was a miracle they didn't get stuck. Sarah Haynes awkwardly nodded along, barely able to get a word in. But then, Sunny Hostin took the stage, and within seconds, she made a career-ending mistake. With an intensity that bordered on hysteria, Hostin launched into one of the most reckless, slanderous tirades ever broadcast on daytime television. Her voice trembled, not with uncertainty, but with a deep, uncontrollable rage. "Let's just be honest here," she began, her eyes scanning the audience for validation. "Melania Trump has never belonged in this country. She's not just some former first lady. She is a fraud, a foreign asset, and she should have never been allowed anywhere near the White House." The audience, conditioned to cheer for anything that sounded remotely anti-Trump, responded with scattered applause.
I think she hates him. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
But there was also an uncomfortable shift in the air. Even some of The View's most loyal followers knew she had just crossed the line. But Hostin wasn't finished, not even close. She leaned in, her voice growing sharper, more venomous. "And let's talk about the money. Where did it come from? Why does no one question how she went from posing for sketchy modeling gigs in Slovenia to living in a gold-plated penthouse?" She let the implication hang in the air before delivering the killing blow. "I wouldn't be surprised if Melania Trump is tied to money laundering schemes. You don't just marry rich and suddenly have access to secret bank accounts. It's shady, and I guarantee you, if we dig deeper, we'll find something illegal." Silence. For a brief second, even Joy Behar, who had made an entire career out of spewing anti-Trump rhetoric, looked visibly uncomfortable. The cameras caught Whoopi shifting in her chair. The control room, according to insiders, went into a full-blown panic. This wasn't just an opinion anymore. This was a direct accusation of criminal activity. Hostin had just publicly accused Melania Trump of money laundering, fraud, and being a foreign agent. And she did it on live television with zero evidence. And the fallout? Instant. Within minutes, social media erupted. Clips of Hostin's reckless rant flooded Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Conservative commentators pounced on it immediately, calling it the latest example of The View's unhinged hypocrisy. Legal experts started weighing in, and one thing became painfully clear. Hostin had just put herself in serious legal jeopardy. And the worst part? She didn't even realize it yet. For years, the hosts of The View had gotten away with saying whatever they wanted, assuming their words would never have real consequences. But this time, they underestimated the wrong woman. Melania Trump doesn't shout, she doesn't rant on television, and she certainly doesn't engage in petty Twitter feuds. Instead, she moves in silence, striking with calculated precision, and by the time her enemies realize what's happening, it's already too late.
As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits, and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
Sunny Hostin had no idea what she had just unleashed. Before The View even finished airing, clips of Hostin's reckless accusations were already circulating online. Within minutes, they reached the sharp eyes of Melania's legal team, a group of seasoned attorneys known for their no-nonsense approach. And once they saw the footage, they acted immediately. This wasn't just a mean-spirited opinion. Hostin had directly accused the former First Lady of serious criminal activity, money laundering, fraud, and being a foreign agent, all without a single shred of evidence. It was a legal landmine, and Melania's lawyers knew exactly how to handle it. By the time the credits rolled on The View, Melania's attorneys were already drafting one of the most aggressive defamation lawsuits in recent history. The charges? Defamation, spreading damaging falsehoods about Melania Trump, slander, making provably false statements that harmed Melania's reputation, malicious intent, deliberately attempting to ruin someone's public image. And this time, the case was ironclad. ABC executives in full panic mode. The moment ABC's legal department got wind of the lawsuit, chaos erupted behind the scenes. Network executives, who had already spent millions handling past legal disasters from The View, were now facing an even bigger nightmare. According to inside sources, phones were ringing off the hook as top brass scrambled to contain the damage. ABC's lawyers were frantically reviewing the footage, searching for any way to soften the blow. But there was no way out. Sunny Hostin had gone too far, and now she was dragging the entire network down with her. And then, the unthinkable happened. Here's something most people don't realize. Before she became a professional Trump hater on daytime television, Sunny Hostin was actually a licensed attorney. She used her legal credentials to position herself as the smartest woman on The View, acting like the one with logic and facts on her side. But after years of using her platform to push blatant falsehoods, Melania's legal team took things a step further. They filed an official complaint against Hostin, arguing that her repeated slander and reckless behavior made her unfit to practice law. And shockingly, the Bar Association agreed. In a move that stunned the industry, Hostin was officially stripped of her law license. The so-called legal expert of The View, no longer allowed to practice law. Let that sink in. And if you think that's bad, wait until you hear what's coming next. The View has always been controversial, but now it's become a full-blown legal disaster waiting to explode. Legal experts are already speculating that if Melania's team pushes harder, ABC itself could be held liable for allowing these slanderous attacks to air unchecked. That means massive fines, forced public apologies, and possibly even federal scrutiny over their lack of editorial oversight. And let's be real, if Hostin lost her law license over this, could Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg be next? Because let's not pretend they're innocent. They've been spewing the same baseless nonsense for years. Right now, The View isn't just a toxic talk show, it's a ticking time bomb, and everyone involved might be dragged down with it. Here's what's really interesting. The mainstream media is doing everything they can to bury this story. Major outlets are barely covering it, hoping the controversy will just disappear, but it won't. Because every day, more people are waking up to the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption running rampant in the media. Sunny Hostin thought she was untouchable, but now she's watching her career crumble before her eyes. And if The View keeps pushing their luck, they might be next.